So far, when I start moving, the turtle logo is gone. System drive malfunction warning sign is gone. So let's see how. Okay, we'll report later. A common thing for electric or hybridized or plug-in hybrid or EV drivetrain, because it's batteries and electric motors, and sometime, somewhere, probably a couple of electron fired the wrong way, and has a little bit of and probably some sensors detected something to safeguard something. They decided to cut a little bit of power for a while just to observe. Things like that happen with electric cars. It's just like when you have an ICE car, sometimes you have a small misfire, right? And some cars will just leave it as it is. They don't even bother to put a sensor or to detect these things and just let it be. They treat it as normal, you know, or yeah. Some cars would have a counter to see the cumulative number of it within a certain period of time. When it hits that number, it will pop up and tells you better be careful with your drive slow. Or some will just put the car into limp mode. That means you can't go above 60. Many instances. Some cars, they will leave the warning sign there until you switch off the car, lock your car, let the system recalibrate and run again. And when it doesn't detect anything, it will just operate as normal. Some cars will allow you to operate as normal, but it will leave the warning sign there just to encourage you to go into the workshop or their 4S center to have a look at it. Alright? So different cars will have different logic. Yeah. That's the thing. It's just that for EVs, of course we are worried because we don't understand what's what, right? In a very old traditional analog internal combustion car, where everything is mostly mechanical, you know, the pump is driven by the belt is connected to the flywheel is connected to the crankshaft, and then the chains are connected to the camshaft is connected to the piston. The timings are all interconnected just like a mechanical watch, and they just run like clockwork. When one rotates, everything else rotates. It has been calculated, the length, everything just works together like a mechanical symphony. And for those type, as long as you are burning something in your engine, creating the explosion that pushes down the pistons, which push down the crankshaft, which rotates the flywheel, which rotates everything else that is connected, your car should run, right? But in the world of electrons, we don't understand. At least normal people like us, laymen like us, so we have that worry. But nevertheless, most of the time when such thing happens, the warning message might make you worry. You see, the thing is this. Okay, I'll continue my topic first before I run off with what my brain is firing at me. They have sensors. When they detected something, they let you know. They let you know that, hey, something's amiss. You know. But with the limited screen real estate here, and they know that you're driving, they can't have messages that are too long for you to read. Like, Dear Bobiang, it is with our deepest regret to inform you that through our rigorous uh, through our rigorous uh, uh, efforts in making sure you have a pleasant journey with our wonderful car, we have installed sensors that at times may detect slight disturbances in the drivetrain, and to protect or to safeguard you and your ride, we will employ um, extraordinary efforts to protect your car in reducing the velocity with which you can travel. You know, that's a nicer way to put it. But in German speak, they need to be precise with their message. Drive malfunction! Yeah. Or in BMW, drivetrain malfunction! Yeah. Yeah. They don't call it problem in German, they call it malfunction. So, to German, when I detected something is off, that's a malfunction, right? I mean, I have a Japanese car, which everyone says no problem. Yeah, right. The whole engine can be shaking, the gear shifts can be clunky, and to a Japanese car, don't tell. Don't tell. Don't tell, don't know, no problem. Yeah. Radiator out of water. Don't tell. Do not tell the owner that the radiator is out of water. Don't put a sensor there. Right? The owner might think, it's leaking water. Just don't tell. And then when water runs out, temperature slightly goes up here. Don't give a warning until it fully runs out and temperature goes up. And when the temperature is too high, then only you tell. No, not tell. Light up an LED there. Light up. And if the owner didn't notice, burn the gaskets, the owner will know when the aircon starts warming up, when smoke starts coming out from the front. That's when they know it has broken down. Yep, that's Japanese cars. But in a German car, you have your radiator tank filled with coolant or water, and then you have a separate tank. Alright? This is where you top up. Instead of touching the hot radiator cap, this is where you touch. And here they have a level and they have a sensor here with a piping going down to the radiator. The sensor is here. When it's lower than the minimum, your car will light up and tells you you're low on coolant. And then you top up here. Even if you ignore it, you still have plenty of coolant to ignore until you start reducing your main radiator tank. That's the difference. Yeah. So it's not that cars don't have problem. The car tells you less. The car warns you less. And in your mind is that, my car is old anyway. Right? My Toyota is already old. That's why it shakes. That's why when it rains, the aircon bell would have that sound. Yeah, it's old. I need a new car. It's not the car has problem. The car never give me problems. No lights ever pop up. Of course. Right, of course. But that's not to say that they are unreliable. It's not that they are unreliable. They choose to tell you different things, right? Anyway, it's fine. Should be fine. I mean, it should be fine. Right? Nothing's broken. It's not like I hit something or whatnot, right? And yeah. Okay, so relax. And again, why German cars do that? In Germany, if you drive your car on the highway and you take chances with your fuel tank, that means your fuel tank tells you you have 100 kilometers of range left, and here you are trying to drive 115 kilometers And at the back of your head, the Malaysian or Asian mindset, okay one, no problem one, should be okay one, right? Sorry, Southeast Asian mindset or South Asian mindset, should be okay, right? And then you run out of fuel, you stop by the roadside, you have to call for help to get you fuel. In Malaysia, it almost seems like, oh, that's unfortunate, let me help you with that. In Germany, you will be fined. Which I totally agree. I do not like people who see that they don't have enough fuel and they take chances and their mind goes like, it should be okay, bro, I've done it many times. Or their fuel gauge is faulty and they don't go and fix it. You know, I just don't like people who do things like that, who take risks and take chances without being backed by solid knowledge or information of why they took the risk. They just cover everything blanket with okay one. Alright? So and that's just level 1 when you run out of fuel. Alright? So German cars or German people, their cars are designed like this. Alright? In the manual, let's say it says water pump must be changed at 90,000 kilometers. 90,000 kilometers. When they go service their car at 87,000 kilometers, the workshop will tell them your water pump is rated at 90,000 km, you should change it. And most Germans will, okay, I'll change it. Because their mind is thinking, just in case my water pump broke and it no longer pumps water around the engine and then it overheats the engine, I have to stop the car. If I don't stop the car, it will start burning through the gaskets, oil and water will mix together into the engine, and if I'm lucky, it just needs an overhaul. If I'm unlucky, if I'm a little bit stupid, it will just require an overhaul. If I'm massively stupid, it will blow the engine from a hydro lock, right? All caused by a water pump. But a lot of Asians, hey, it's still working. Why do I want to spend money on it when it's still working? If I stretch it out another 5 kilometers, I'm using 5 kilometers less in the new water pump. I'm saving money. Yeah, which is not right. Right? If it is rated at 90,000, you change it before it broke down. When it breaks down, you need to be by the roadside, you call a tow truck and all that, and in Germany, you get fined if your car broke down on the highway. Yeah, because you did not take care of your car. Yeah. So that's the maintenance logic of Germans and German cars in general. You do preventive maintenance. You do things before they break down, not after. Right? So probably that's how they approach with their toilets, with their renovation and all that. Maybe their house have windows, or their business or their office building has windows, and the windows have window seals, and then they are rated every 12 years. Every 12 years, automatically they will remove the windows, remove the seals, and change new ones and put it back, instead of waiting for them to grow moldy, harden, water comes in, seeps into the building, then only they renovate the house. Which I think that should be the right way. Preventive maintenance of everything should be the right way. And instead of just holding off your best and then things exacerbate and then you need to spend more money in doing it. Yeah. Piping, hoses, everything included, which is a very good mindset. Alright? So if you want to drive German cars, do remember that they are designed to let you know every single thing so that you can go and get it done and continue on driving instead of waiting for them to break down. Alright? I want to maintain my Toyota the same way I maintain my Audi and my BMW. But the car's telling me nothing. Even though every morning I start the car, it vibrates like hell, which should be mounting, but I think I've changed the mounting. So I'm not sure if it's the timing. But I've done my regular maintenance. I mean, every 10,000 I go in and 5,000-6,000 I go in and get an oil change and all that, whatever that needs to be done. Of course, the car runs fine. The aircon is extremely cold, and I'm curious. There's a plane in front of me, but it seems to be flying so slow, even though it's so near me, so big. Why? It's that big, but it's flying so slow at this height. I mean, perception-wise, it feels slow. Anyway, yeah, that's all I want to say. So the way I maintain my cars is that, like later on, 1 hour later, I need to drive to Chiang Mai. I think I can make it. Most of my cars shouldn't be a problem. The Porsche, not sure. Yeah, okay. That's it. Everything's fine. Comfortable. More comfortable is if everything below the eye level is made of higher quality materials instead of the hardest plastic they can find.